episode 16.
Thursday, the 24th of April. And hopefully no interruptions today.
Yes.
Sorry.
Last one, sorry, give us a chance. Last one was very rambly because I was running out of things to say.
But, you know, customers.
Yeah.
Customers, so that's good. How's your 2 weeks been?
It's been good. We've had some crazy storms.
We have. You guys have been busy.
Yes. The one on Sunday or Saturday was ripped the power line off of Mimi and Pappy's house, which they had just gotten fixed from the storm, a couple weeks ago, and they were without power for like a week. So then we loaded up the generator back, took it up. They came, luckily fixed it. Had to go get all new like surge protectors, power out strips, all that stuff. But everyone was safe at least, and we're gonna do Easter on Friday because we were not going there with no power or grilling the backyard with the live power line.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people had a rough Easter just because of we had a huge storm Saturday night. We were in State College, not a drop of rain.
Yeah.
Nothing. Because we owned a beer distributor, and like the beer distributor was out of power for a short time, like not 20 minutes, And my husband was like, "Well, just close early, or cash only. Like we can't run the credit card." And
we were at the fire hall, and we were surprised because the bar was booming, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? Sit at home with no power?" So
yeah,
they cash, or a lot of them were regulars. So
yeah, make a tab.
Yep, they hung out until we got power.
That's funny. Yeah. It was a crazy. I didn't know we were getting anything.
We didn't really either. They, Robert and Ethan were outside, and I said, "Oh, did you close the door?" Because I had we have like a storm door that you can push down the top, and they're like, "Oh no, I didn't close the regular door." I went. It was like blowing in the house, and then as quick as that was, it was done.
Yeah, I hear the door. Of course. All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'll be right back.
We'll start with what I'm wearing, and this is my test knit for Bree from the Little Wolf Knits. It is the Bay Day tank. I did the size 30. I'm just looking at my notes. I did the size 36, which this was my first attempt of anything with negative ease, and I was very nervous at first, but now wearing it, I'm actually really enjoying it. Excuse me. So I did the size 36, which was what Bree recommended. I did add some length to it. You can see I did not block it because I knew it wouldn't be dry, but it has this kind of nice little scoop neck or scoop bottom, which was short rows. And then there's an I-cord bind off. There's some ribbing at the top and on the sleeves. And super easy. The test knit was actually really fun. That was the first. Actually, that's the second test knit I've done. The first one was the hat, the bicycle hat that I did for Pacific Knit Co. and their new doodle deck slides that came with that. So that was fun, but this is kind of the first garment one I had made. It was nice. There were some, with any test knit, you're kind of going through and kind of picking out the bugs, and we found some length issues, which I was going to add length anyway, so that was fine. I do think if I would make it again, I would definitely add length in a different spot. It was from after you joined, you were supposed to go so far and then do your waist decreases. I think I would follow pattern and do them a little earlier and add length after that. I think that would help with some of the rolling too. But I used falling leaf fibers in the colorway. I'm trying to see if I have my ball band. I don't think so. Falling leaf fibers, I believe it was Changing Tides as the colorway. It's a fingering weight. Super nice. It's knit on size 5 needles, so it does have a really nice drape to it too. I used 160 grams, so just shy or just a little bit over 1.5 skeins. But it was a super fun, super quick knit. Definitely nice for the time of the year, and it is going to be definitely getting a lot of wear now that it's nice. It's like 73 out now. It was like 82 in my car whenever I was driving here. So we've definitely hit the nice time of the year. It does come out tomorrow, I believe. So if you look, you can follow her. She's Bree of the Little Wolf Knits. She's on Instagram, and Ravelry is the Little Wolf Knits. So I'm excited to see that and get the pattern. Once I get the final pattern, I'm going to actually make my sister one because she commented on it whenever I was making it and said that she liked it. And she tried mine on, and I could probably make a size smaller, so it would actually go quicker and I wouldn't have to make as much length to hers because she would be okay with it being a little bit cropped. Let's see here. This week is Saturday is local yarn store day. We're actually going to celebrate it here the next week though because Lisa will be in Frederick. She'll talk a little bit more about that when she comes back. And so we're going to celebrate that next week. If you can come.
I have some shoppers, so I told them just to wave when they need me. They're perusing. So I'm going to kind of ramble real quick.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. What I'm wearing. Did you talk about what you
Yes,
were?
talk
Okay.
about my
So what
wearing.
I'm wearing is the merry-go-round. It's a free pattern by Lamb and Kid. It is just a little sweater. I did it for a beginner knit class because it's easy peasy raglan. Used Patagonia. It is a juniper moon yarn. It's kind of woolly wool. Yeah, and I pretty much did it to pattern because I wanted to make a sample for the shop and for the class. So that's what I'm wearing. Did you talk about any finished objects?
No, because this is my only finish I have.
Okay, well, then I will talk about my, oh, I gotta grab one real quick. I'm sorry. I forgot it up front.
I've been working on this, trying so hard to get it done because I was literally measuring it at like 9 o'clock on Monday. The test knit was due, so I was measuring it and doing everything Monday because I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and get it done.
Okay, sorry. I am really scattered today. So
Well,
this
you're
is the,
packing.
I am packing. I have a show this weekend, but we'll talk about that in a minute. This is the Curio. It is super simple TV knitting. I think I talked about it. Just one, like it's the same, only one repeat you purl and the other repeat you knit. So like this, you would knit on the wrong side. This you would purl on the wrong side, but super fun.
I don't think I realized it was like long like that.
And it's kind of fun. Like it's pointed on this end and then like a,
Looking down that end.
yep. And I mean, super wearable. I would probably, you know, loop it through. This is, the yarns are Nettle Soft by Ancient Arts and Heritage. Heritage 6, I believe. No, it might be Heritage Sock. But anyhow,
I think it's the sock.
Heritage. So, yeah, fun. And that is finished. My other FO, and I will have kits at Frederick, is the Pressed Flowers bandana. Now, it's super tiny, but in the pattern, it tells you to do more repeats, and I had tons of yarn left, but I really wanted a sample for Frederick. Yeah, so it's mosaic, you're slipping stitches, easy, fun. I did this in pretty much a weekend. So, Pressed Flowers bandana, free on Ravelry, and this is also Heritage 6 and then Heritage hand paint. And I'll have kits. I have kits made up for Frederick. So this will be my little sample. My last FO.
You were busy.
I was. I feel like I'm on a treadmill. Like I've got to get this done, then I've got to get this done. So these are, this is the yarn I dyed for the retreat. So I had extras that didn't sell, so I brought them back and I knitted up these. This is also another free pattern. I really like free patterns for shows because then I can give the pattern out and don't feel, you know, I can't give away paid patterns. Like, but free patterns, I tell them, you know, who made it, here's the pattern, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm doing at Frederick is every skein of sock yarn you buy, you get a free pattern.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I think I'll have the sample, I'll have the pattern, and then I'm, you know, whatever yarn. I have tons and tons of sock yarn dyed. So I think it's called Short and Sassy. and it's the ampersand in the middle, not the word and.
Okay.
And it's by Biscott Yarns. It's a free pattern from the Biscott. If you go on Ravelry, then it'll lead you to Biscott's website, and you download it there for free. So super cute. I did size 1 needles. It was only 60 stitches, and they fit perfectly. So I think that's my problem. I think I need to cast on less stitches.
I started that, actually the one that I'm working on now, I think I have 60. I may have even done slightly less, but I was just wearing a pair of socks last week, and I was like, I don't know that I love that they get really baggy very quickly. So
yeah, you need negative ease in your socks so that
Yes.
they fit all day. Couple other FOs. I have a group of charity folks, and they
This
are
is-
making Snuggies. There's like a little blanket with a stuffed animal head. I'm giving them to Ashley to put on the ambulance, to take with them. Then if there's a child, in need, they can have something to give them for comfort. So
the yellow one's my favorite.
I know, isn't it adorable? Look at those cute little eyes. These were made by Nancy and Carol. Carol likes making the blankets. Nancy likes making the stuffies. So
That works.
so they have 4 of them done that will be going with Ashley today. And then I have been cranking using scraps. I have an Addy knitting machine, and I have been cranking hats.
Oh, that has some little.
Yeah, they are reversible. So, you can, and so basically what you do is crank a big tube, cinch both ends. So I have made a bunch of hats, and these are going to be donated to the chemo bag project. I probably have about 20 hats now, so I'll have to get in touch with her and she can come pick those up. The chemo care bags.
That was actually, I redid my numbers for my whip roll, and I added just hats and socks for me, Ethan, and then hats, and I'm just gonna leave those on them when I finish them. Great, and
Yep.
bring them in because
Yeah.
I have a ton of yarn that.
Yeah, and the Addie's really, my goal is 2 hats. They're usually here about 2 hours, the ladies, on Wednesdays. They meet Wednesdays at 1 here. I think there's 4 or 5 of them now coming. And we work on something for charity. So I put aside, work stuff, samples, whatever, and I'm really trying to crank 2 hats every week so I can give them to the chemo care and use up scraps.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm not being fussy. Like this one, I ran out. So these were all out of one cake.
Okay.
And I just there's a counter on it, and you crank like 140 seems to be a good number for, like a adult hat. And so this one, I wanted to finish the cake, ran out, just tied another yarn on and kept trucking. I'm not being picky. Like, I'm really, really trying to use up scraps and get them some hats.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of funky. They can wear it whichever way they want. And I do worry a tiny bit about the sequins
Yeah.
not feeling good against, a head that may have no hair, but there's, wear it this way then,
Yeah.
and then the sequins won't touch your head. So, but whatever, that is all of my FOs. I think that's enough for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so whips.
All right, I have socks and 3 others.
I have about 4, so go ahead.
All right, so I brought out, when I finished this, I was like, I just need some mindlessness. So, got my bag of a disaster. I brought out, so these, I made socks for both my grandmothers out of this sock tube that Lisa cranked me. And I had a good bit left, but not enough to do like another adult pair. So I am reknitting and making my son a pair of socks.
Oh, cute.
So I just started the one, and then these needles were in something. So I finally got them out and started it, and I'm just probably gonna I'll catch up to this one and then do like a stripe and a stripe and just keep working until all of this is done. I have tons of this red left, so I'm gonna just do an afterthought heel, and I'll do the cuff in that, and he'll have socks for next year.
Fun.
So I believe there's 52 for some reason is sticking out in my mind.
Okay.
But there was a pattern that I found how to do toe-up socks, because that's something that I wanted to learn how to do was toe-up socks, because I have some self-striping that I want to use, and also that way if you don't have a full skein, you can kind of do a little bit and a little bit, and then you kind of can use up all the yarn that you have. So I found a pattern, and originally it had like the increases and the gusset increases, but I was taking, I didn't want to deal with that, especially with like, I didn't know how it was going to work out, so I figured these I'll just do the afterthought.
Okay.
And then I haven't done, I've showed this last time I think, but this is just my other kind of mindless knitting. Now that this is done, it'll go and hang out in my purse.
I love that yarn.
My little bright sock.
I love that yarn.
Can't wait to start it. Start the other one and just kind of keep working back and forth.
All right. My first one is, I'll talk about this one. So my dice roll this week, and I had to redo my list a little bit, because I finished a few things. A couple of the things I finished were on my, so I had some holes, so I plugged in some other things, and what I rolled this week is, it's the Sunday Morning Wrap by Espace Tricot. It's a free pattern. I am using Scout by Kelborn, and I had it started. This wasn't a new cast on, but I have, you know, this much done. I think you do like 5 repeats, so like I have 1, 2, I'm on my 3rd. And it's kind of an odd shape, like it's so like you start here, work up, so I'm increasing like every other row.
Okay.
Is that a trapezoid?
I think so.
I think.
Yeah.
Math was not my strongest suit, but yeah, so it's kind of mindless. I thought it would be a good travel project for this weekend, so I kind of reworked my numbers a little bit, and this is my list. These are my whips, my dice roll, and you can see I've crossed off a lot. So I kind of plugged in, like number 1's blank right now, and I don't know that I'm going to put something in. I might just let it be and work on something else.
That's where I kind of am, because I rewrote my list as well, and I didn't really like the pick this year, or this week. It was for a new yarn cozy, and I just didn't really want to start something new, so I pulled out something else.
That's okay.
So
I lost my whip. My next whip is the Wrap Me Up. It's a shawl. I showed the finished one, but we're doing it for knit class. So this is like the first section, second section. I need to get the 3rd section done before next Thursday. That's the wrong side. This is the right side, because the miters have like a little line that runs up the middle where you decrease. So it's fun. The one I showed before, it was pinks, and you know, this one is going to be brights, and this is Tony's yarn. I have bought many skeins of it. So I'm using it for all kinds of fun stuff, but I thought this one I'm just going to do really, really bright. So
my next one that I picked up is my Twisted Tea. This is another Brianna Little Wolf knit. So I hadn't been working on this, and I just picked it back up. I have the body, I'm probably maybe 6 inches or so. And then I was at work and I started running out of yarn, and I didn't have it on me, so I picked up for sleeves. So I started doing that, and it's I think 2 inches of ribbing for the sleeves. And I was very excited because it's on size 5 for the ribbing on the arms, so I could use my mini chagus. And then I also am on a chagu, the mini ones as well, but on the longer needles for the body. So I'm just on Body Island, and we will finish that hopefully in the next couple weeks. It's gonna be my main project, I think.
My next whip is we're calling it the Dayton sweater, but the pattern is Shandy by Thea Coleman, Baby Cocktails. And this is the sweater that many of us are knitting for the Dayton County Fair, the Fiber Festival. So I'm making some progress. This is not social knitting for me. I'm doing okay on it. I'm not gonna say I'm loving it.
Is it bottom up?
It is bottom up.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna do at least one extra repeat. It's pretty cropped in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want it a little bigger, but I'm really into pink slightly. I
Yeah.
don't know. I wanted something brighter because I'll be vending at the Dayton, and I thought, oh, I need to like stand out and not be a
Yeah.
gray brown blob. So I went with pink. It's kind of Pepto-Bismol
Yeah.
looking,
I like.
but I think it'll be pretty.
Yeah, I like kind of the tweedy in it too.
Yeah. This is a jean tweed. I have some of it left. I don't have a ton of it left. It's by Cascade, and it's a woolly wool, 100% wool, 100% organic wool. I don't know what that means. I don't know
Yeah.
why organic's different than, merino or whatever, but, I know merino's the sheep. It's a breed, but I don't know what makes wool organic,
Yeah.
but that's what it says. So this would be a hand wash. It's gonna be hand wash, not in a machine, but I hand wash all my stuff. If I spend all the time doing it,
Yeah.
not gonna throw it in the machine, but, so, it's coming. I haven't worked on it much, just because I've been focused on getting stuff ready for the shows coming up. Do you have anything else?
I have one more and then a acquisition / web, which is exciting. So this, I also pulled back out. I'm in the middle row. This is my gift wrap. My Advent that I got from this year. I'm doing in the gift wrap. It is a free
I love
pattern on Ravelry. I'm into my third color now.
And are those in the order of the
They are.
days?
I am doing exactly in the order.
Fun.
The only thing I changed with the pattern was there's supposed to be bobbles in between, and I am just doing eyelets.
I like the eyelets.
But yes, Fangirl Fibers, Beauty and the Beast Advent, and in the cute little bag that it came in. So I'm really hoping to get it done, at least working on it more, because eventually my goal is to make a bits and bobs blanket with the leftovers.
Okay.
So trying to use up things as I'm going.
My next whip, which I'm going to cast on this week, is I have bought this kit. It is called Hope and Sunshine Socks, and I believe it was a fundraiser for breast cancer. It came in this cute little thread and maple bag. There's the yarns. It's a hand-dyed yarn from Louie and Lola. It's called Hope and Sunshine Sock Set. It's on my list to do. It came with some little stitch markers and a cute bag, but it has been in my craft room and I'm going to start them. I thought it might be a good travel project. Isn't this bag cute? Like the handles are
the
in
little
like the ribbon.
ribbons. That is cute.
Isn't it cute? So I had put it on a shelf in my craft room and I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. So I'm really trying to get through kits and whips and things that I have bought.
Alright, my next one
Dun, dun, dun.
is I got my Dreaming Robots electric eel wheel. This is the 6.1. And I am loving it. So I actually have an entire braid spun up in the last 3 days. This I got here from Lisa's. It's Sweet Georgia. It's Tarhy, and the colorway is Throwback. So I have applied it. This was half. I just split the braid in half, and then this I did in quarters. I think they call it fractal. I'm not really sure. But I am loving it. So now I'm going to go home and try and figure out how to make a Lazy Kate. I think Lisa gave me a good idea of using like the bog bags or
Do
any
you need
of
any
those.
straight knitting needles?
I have some wooden ones.
Okay.
So I think
Okay,
we
because
should
I
do good.
say there's metal ones there. If you need them, stop in.
Okay. And I'm going to ply this then, and I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. I think a shawl maybe, or just like a small...
Let's both spin and do a traveler.
Yes.
So let's both spin
Okay.
because I bought stuff to spin.
Yeah.
So if you want to spin, like, I think mine are brighter. No, I got browns too.
Yes, I think.
But
'cause
let's both spin and then we'll do it together.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
get a traveler.
Yes, because then this was kind of my test of, I have the neon from Sweater Weather and then that roving, and that I think I have 4 ounces of each, so that's gonna give me a ton of yarn. So that I'm probably do something bigger with, but yeah, I think that would be fun with this.
Yeah.
So
Because you could incorporate a lot of colors with that. A purple, a orange, a, you know.
Yeah, and how many colors are in that
I
traveler?
think there's 3.
Okay.
But I think you could do it with less.
Less. Okay.
Because of the way the yarn changes.
Yeah, and I would even maybe consider doing just like regular yarn with it, and then use that as like the kind of
color
standout
bits,
color.
the colory bits.
Yeah.
Fun.
So
It looks awesome. Her spinning's really even, and it's looking really good.
I'm excited. It was actually really easy once I got it, and I've heard from a lot of people, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, use the good yarn. Don't save it. Don't worry that you're gonna mess it up. I had it was like random top roving things that I got from Amazon, and I was trying, and I couldn't do anything. It looked like art yarn. It was like I was trying, it kept breaking. I couldn't get it. Once I finally got, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I did this, and it was so much easier. There was silk, there was a bunch of random stuff in it. It just wasn't
Silk's
enjoyable.
hard to spin.
Yeah.
It is hard. It's a tough. I know it feels like you think silk is so soft, which it is, but as a fiber, like when you're spinning, it's really tough.
Yeah.
And it's hard on your hands, and you know. So, all right. So my next, well, I guess we're kind of into acquisitions now. I wanted to show this. One of my customers brought me this. She made it. So it's called a European knitting basket, and it will not sit flat, like the bottom. So it's meant to sit at an angle, and then you put your yarn in it and knit out of it. And I guess this is a whip too, but it's a market bag.
Oh yeah.
I'm working on for crochet class, tonight's crochet. So this is something they could do, and I'm using flax. So yeah, but isn't that beautiful? And this is like a God's eye, and the colors are gorgeous.
It is. It's very like Easter springy.
Yeah. It was made by Sharon Aaron. I want to give her credit, and I'm gonna see if she'd like make them and sell them here. I think they're adorable.
They are.
I mean, they're a good size to, carry.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It was really sweet. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna show you my new hand dyes,
Yay.
which I have a ton.
Oh my
Okay, so I'm in my speckle era, I think. And I think I figured it out. Like, speckles are a little tough to do. You have to get your water, or not a lot of water, and you have to get your yarn really hot for them to like stick. Otherwise they smear, which is a look.
Yeah.
But I did blue. I was kind of just going through the rainbow. Yep. So these are all
Like pastel. Ooh, is
Past-
this a different base?
It is.
I like
So
this.
when I went to order the last time, where I normally order, they were out. So I had to order from a different company, and I've now since heard that the company I order, Kramer Yarns, is closing their mill. They're closing.
I heard that too somewhere.
So I think I'm gonna have to switch. But I like it. So
I do. I think I like this one. Your other one was nice.
well, I
but it
have
was
some,
like,
but it's a little more rustic.
yeah, your other one was more rustic.
Yeah, so
feeling.
you can feel the difference. There's actually 3 different bases here. So this is the gold fingering. These are all done out of the gold fingering. This is from the same company that I had to order from, and it's called Platinum Sock. So it's a 75-25. This is an 80-20, but the twist is different.
It is. This one I feel like has more twist in it. You can see the twist.
Yeah, kind of lumpy, but it took the dye really, really well.
And this one's more
Flat.
Flat.
Like, yeah.
yeah.
And the feel's a little different. They're both very soft.
Yeah, no.
Like, they're both.
Yeah, these don't, I mean, they feel similar.
Oh, these were other speckles, and I love them. Look at that one. On the left here, I'm pointing at is white birch. Doesn't it look like a white birch tree?
It does.
Sometimes, like, the names hit me. And then this one's pumpkin spice.
That one.
Yeah. And then I was having fun. So then I felt like kind of fallish. Like, I know it's springtime, but we really should be knitting for fall.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some kind of fallish colors. And then, so what I did,
Now we're back to spring.
back to spring. It depends on my mood the day. So this one, I mixed up the dyes and I poured them over the yarn, which is how you normally dye, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this luscious, I think I'm keeping one. I usually don't keep yarns, I think. So then I was like, okay, I really like that. Let's speckle it with the same, like the same dye. And this is what came out. Isn't it weird
Yeah, that how it's just
how different? So these are the exact same colors of dye, which you can kind of see,
Mm-hmm.
but this one's a lot muddier, like the way it hit, like there's some muddy spots, which happens. I mean, it's an unpredictable little science, you
Yeah.
know.
I need one of these.
Yeah, you better grab it now because I'm hoping none come home. But so yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I have been dyeing my little, as you can see, my poor hands are like, it's rough. It's rough on my hands. All right, and so these will all be going to Frederick. The show is on Saturday in Frederick, Maryland. I hear it's great. I've never been there. So I'll be peacing out in the morning. My car is pretty much packed except for the stuff I was going to talk about. The one other thing I wanted to talk about is this Saturday is local yarn shop day. So if you have a shop near you, please go visit it, please. So since I'm going to be at the show, I'm going to push LYS Day here for next Saturday, which I think is May 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
First Saturday of May. So, and Rags, my friend Tony, we're both doing the same thing. She's going to have LYS Day next weekend also. So please, please, please support your local yarn shop if you have one. If not, come see me next Saturday or come see me at Frederick.
It's also New Jersey Sheep and Wool is also going on right now too.
Okay.
So I think it started today is the first day, and I want to say it's like 5 days. I've been watching.
Is it like a crawl?
Kind of, yeah. I think
it's kind of like a crawl.
Oh, I just watched it this morning. Yarnia was talking about it. So like you go, you get your passport, and you can hit all the shops, and then they have giveaways and different things like that. So.
Yeah, so next, I'm doing a special colorway for LYS Day. So if you want it, let me know soon. I will be dyeing it Monday or Tuesday to get it dry for Saturday. Hopefully we have nice weather. When we have nice weather, things go a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if it's been cruddy, a little bit cruddy, so I had to dry inside, and it takes a couple days to get them pretty dry.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think that's all I have. So we will see you in 2 weeks. It will be May.
Mm-hmm. Is that Mother's Day weekend?
Probably close.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it'll be right before Mother's Day. Are you here?
I should be, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm here too.
Maybe the 8th.
Because then my next show is the next weekend, like May 17th, 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Hughesville. It's down by Williamsport, Lycoming County,
Is that,
Central PA
yeah.
Fiber Fest. So I'll be there. It's a 2-day. It's Saturday and Sunday, free admission. And then my next show will be Harmony. And I believe it's June 14th, and that's in Harmony, PA. Chicken Knits puts it on.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, the 14th.
So I think that's about all. I feel like I was rushing, but that's how I am these days.
Yeah, trying to get everything ready and
Not forget
Get it all
anything.
packed. Did you get all your balls wound for your
I did, and Lori, genius, my friend Lori, genius that she is, showed me if I can use my ball winder.
I was questioning that, but I wasn't going to say anything because I've done.
I was like, oh, smarty pants.
yeah.
Smarty pants. I've been sitting here winding these little balls for days. So it's not quite as accurate as doing it by hand. And the balls are, I got these cute little containers
take
to
out.
put them in.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fitting as well.
Like the cake ones aren't. Yeah.
But we'll see. So I think what I've left, I have maybe 10 kits to take to Frederick, and then we'll see how they sell, and maybe I'll make more for Central PA Fiber Fest. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're in the car. And a lot of this stuff's gonna go to the car, and then
Yeah, I walked in and there's like large chunks are missing from
in
the
the
store.
front of the store.
Yeah.
It's all in the car, but I packed in my car.
Yeah.
I swore I was not taking my husband's truck. I just don't. I mean, it's a lovely truck, but it's big. It's a king cab. It's got a tonneau cover, so things slide, and I have to crawl underneath the tonneau cover, and I'm just like.
Yeah.
And I don't love driving it. Like, I can't go through a drive-through
Mm-hmm.
because I'm afraid I'll hit. I have to watch where I park it.
Yeah.
And he's not really that picky about it. I'm just nervous. Like,
Especially when it's like so much bigger than your.
it's so much bigger than my car.
Car.
And I was like, my friend Tony packs in a little Tesla. So I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to pack. And I did. It is, my car is packed. I sent it to Toady. I'm like, look. So yeah, it is packed. I have a little spot for what I'm talking about now. And then tomorrow morning, I'll hit the road. So hope you have a lovely weekend. I think it's supposed to rain, which
Par for the course.
Tony said it always rains.
Yeah.
Because then the next weekend, the first weekend in May, is Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Mhm.
I think Friday is it Cake Palooza? What do they call it? Yarn centric?
Maybe that's
Something.
I would say. There's
It's
also
near Frederick
something-
also.
There's also something going on up north. Is it New England Fiber Fest maybe? Is this weekend or some? I feel like there's so much. We're getting into spring, which is like festival season. So.
It is. And then next year, we're going to be hosting a fiber festival. My friend Kim at Front and Center Productions we're going to have our own fiber festival in like Osceola Mills.
Oh, fun.
So it'll be fun. So we're going to get dates nailed down and figure out like, cost and all that kind of thing. So that'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to do it either end of July, end of June, July. There's not much in there. There's not many festivals, which I know it's vacation and things, but
Yeah. Trying to
we
get.
can figure it out, but trying to not overlap another festival.
Mhm.
So, well, 2 more customers came in, so that is my cue.
Happy making, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Have a great 2 weeks. See y'all.
See ya.
Bye.